notice how people who work at restaurants, especially fast food ones, places like, say, Papa John's, don't actually want to eat the food there anymore? Like, you would think they would love it, right? You get maybe free pizza, discounts, you're surrounded by it all day. But talk to almost anyone who's worked there long enough, and they will tell you, I can't stand it anymore. And it's not because the pizza's bad, although I've always been a little more partial to Domino's myself. It's because they had too much of it. Too often, no break, no variety, and eventually something that was supposed to be enjoyable just becomes exhausting. Now, I had kind of a similar experience, but in a completely different setting. Let's talk about it. Hey everyone, I'm Colin, the resident nerd and Bible scholar here at the Bible Uncut and Unfiltered. When I went to Bible college and had to go to church several times every week while I was there, we sang the exact same hymns over and over again. Every single week. The same songs, the same arrangements, the same environment. And you know what? Most of them weren't bad songs. I say most. Some of them are honestly beautiful. But here I am, 6 years out of all that, and I still don't want to hear them. Not because they're bad or toxic, although again, some are, but because I had too much of them in one particular way for too long. And I think we've done something similar with a lot of our teachings in church. And particularly, I want to look at this idea that everything in life has to teach us something. You've probably heard this before if you've been in church for a while. When things go wrong, don't ask, oh, why me? Ask, what is this teaching me? Or some similar variation of that. And look, that's not bad advice in and of itself. There's real wisdom in reflection. There's value in learning from your experiences. But if we're being honest, that mindset can start to feel a little heavy over time. Because it's no longer just, you go through something hard, you feel it, and you move on. Now, you add extra steps to it. You go through something hard, you analyze it, you extract meaning out of it, you grow from it, you improve yourself, and then usually worry if you learned enough from it. And you do this every single time. And at some point, you start to feel like you're not allowed to just be frustrated anymore. You're not allowed to just have a bad day. You're not allowed to just say, this sucks, without immediately following it up with, but here's what I learned from it. It's like we've taken something good, growth, reflection, learning, and turned it into the Papa John's effect, where it's constant, it's repetitive, it surrounds you, it's inescapable, and it becomes exhausting to the point of being disgusting. And at that point, it stops helping, and it actually starts numbing you. Or worse, it makes you resent the very thing that was supposed to help you grow. Because here's the truth that we don't talk about enough. There is such a thing as too much of a good thing. Even spiritually, even emotionally, and intellectually. Not every moment needs to be meaningful. Not every struggle needs to become a lesson. And not every experience needs to be turned into content or growth or insight. Sometimes life is just messy. Sometimes things are just frustrating, and sometimes you don't need to find a moral or a lesson to learn. You just need space. And ironically, that space is actually where the real growth often happens. Not when you're forcing meaning out of every moment, but when you're finally giving yourself permission to breathe. So by all means, take time to reflect, learn, and grow in ways that help you. But don't turn your entire life into a non-stop lesson plan. Because if you do, don't be surprised when one day you wake up and realize you don't enjoy the process anymore. And honestly, this goes for so many things that we say in Christianity. They can be good in limited quantities, but when we obsess over them and make it where we can't just live life because we're trying to get some higher meaning out of something, we're actually missing the point. Because the goal was never to squeeze meaning out of everything, but to experience life fully enough that meaning shows up on its own. And that is just as much, if not more so, a life of faith than living the other way.